Hey, what's up? I'm Rollercoaster Rider, and do me a favor and do something that won't hurt you. Why don't you subscribe to my channel? Please, I need you to subscribe. There. Anyway, this Bizaardvark episode is called Superfan. In this episode, Bizaardvark realizes that they have a fan in, I believe, in Iowa or Nebraska called whose name is Melissa, who has made like a Bizaardvark fan page, including having sock puppets doing the dialogue for Bizaardvark for their song like, "We're Bizaardvark, we're really weird, we make crazy videos, and we look good in a beard." So they end up posting a video saying, "Thank you for being our biggest fan, thank you for making our fan page and stuff." However, what they don't know is that she's kind of a, to quote Liv and Maddie, she's kind of a wackadoo. We then realize that her entire room is made up entirely of Bizaardvark stuff, including like Bizaardvark shirts, Bizaardvark clocks, Bizaardvark pictures, Bizaardvark posters, and a whole bunch of stuff. Unknown to them, they kind of create a bond with this girl named Melissa. She then moves her entire family to where Bizaardvark is, which I think it's in California. Don't quote me on that. And so she talks about how she got her dad a new job and how she sold their house just to be closer to them. And she was like, "You guys are my friends." She then she then measures Frankie's room so that way she can have an identical room to hers. And she kind of starts creeping him out, and she talks, and including wearing Frankie's pajamas, which is a panda suit, which is pretty funny. She also cuts people. She also cuts their hair in, I don't know, either to make dolls or maybe to clone them or just a souvenir for some reason. They then talk about the song about a bad camping trip versus hanging out versus having fun, and they're gonna do it on as quote Bizaardvark Live, where they're gonna do their songs in front of a live audience at like this uh tea house, coffee house, that kind of place. However, Melissa ends up, saying their punchlines before they do, saying their lines before they do, and when they say, "You're not really helping," she says, "Okay," and she comes out with a bassoon, I believe, this like really long, like really large flute, or yeah, really large flute, which kind of angers most of the customers, and as a result, their second show gets cut. So they then say, "Melissa, we don't want you to be part of our show," and she takes it obviously really hard. Um, they then find out that the reason why there were so many people there was because Melissa was calling people, going to houses, and saying, "You have to see Bizaardvark. You have to see Bizaardvark live." She even repainted the home of the club owner. He didn't ask, but she did it anyway. So then they realize that if they can't respect their biggest fan, then they don't deserve to have any fans. That's the main plot. There's a side plot that involves Bernie hanging out with his grandma, who's been mentioned several times, and the grandma has never really had something to brag about to her bridge player friends. Um, that's when Amelia does some line about how, thanks for helping me, you're the best, we got rid of your whiteheads." And then his grandma thinks that him and Amelia are dating. Uh, he wants to tell her, but he doesn't want to because it's the first time that his grandmother has had respect for him or been happy for him. So he gets dude bro to help him, including a bit where he can either have his eyes open and his tongue out, or he can have his eyes closed and his tongue in. It's one of those things, and he's going through a group of doctors. And similar to an episode of Jesse, he mixes up things like saying like, "Do you want like milk or honey or something?" And he keeps confusing it like, "Do you want milk or tea? Darn. Do you want honey or do you want honey or tea? Darn it." So you can kind of guess where this is going. He asks Amelia to pretend to be his girlfriend because his grandma is only going to be at the club one night, and then they can break up. She's okay with it because she's already on three fake dates at the same time. Let's see what else. However, she says that in order to pretend to date me, you need to kind of change your wardrobe, which includes wearing pants insanely tight. He even says like, I can barely feel my legs," and she's like, "You can barely feel them? Make them tighter." He then has a breakup, like a fake breakup, saying like, "Look, I can't be your fake boyfriend. You're kind of hurting my legs. You're hurting my circulation." And she's like, "You're breaking up with me?" And then that's when he reveals it to his grandmother, and his grandmother is known already. Um, hmm. I wasn't a huge fan of the fake girlfriend story because it's something you've seen probably 100 times. But I did like the Belissa storyline because having a crazy obsessed fan, which some of you would argue I have been to some people, and I'm sure some of you have had crazy fans yourself. So I would recommend that storyline to watch. The Unless you want to see the uh pretend slash fake girlfriend story, okay, but for the most part I would just suggest watching the Frankie, Paige, and Belissa parts and fast forwarding through the rest. Anyway, that's the episode, and see you next time with another episode. Bye.